This is the final table for the 2025-26 Premier League season. At the top, Arsenal and Manchester City are battling it out for the title, accumulating around 80 points each. But the most desperate fight of the year is happening at the very bottom. Look down here at the drop zone. Burnley and Wolves are already mathematically eliminated. That leaves exactly two historic London clubs fighting to avoid that final relegation spot. Tottenham Hotspur sit in 17th with 38 points, and West Ham United are right behind them in 18th with 36. For supporters of these modern giants, this is a nightmare scenario playing out in real time. Message boards are filled with sheer panic, with fans writing, "We're going to be irrelevant soon," and telling each other it's time to come to terms with our relegation. Tottenham manager Roberto De Zerbi is feeling that exact weight. He publicly stated that this single relegation decider carries more pressure for the club than playing in a major European Cup final. To grasp why this outcome is so terrifying for these two massive clubs, we have to look back at the last time they faced a collapse of this magnitude, nearly 50 years ago. Late 1970s London was a vastly different environment for football. Stadium terraces were standing room only, and clubs operated on completely different financial realities. During the 1976-77 season, Tottenham suffered a disastrous campaign, ending in relegation to the second division. A major factor in that drop was a humiliating thrashing delivered by none other than West Ham United. Back then, the devastation was intensely local and physical. You felt the anger and despair right there on the concrete terraces. Today, the modern game is a highly sanitized corporate operation driven by global television audiences. Dropping a division in 1977 was a massive blow to local pride. Dropping out of the Premier League today is a total systemic failure of a billion-dollar institution. On Survival Sunday, the math is incredibly strict. The first required condition for West Ham to stay up is that they absolutely must secure a victory against Leeds United. But a win alone isn't enough. West Ham's survival requires a second condition. Tottenham must lose their simultaneous match. Their fates are mathematically locked together. The fixture list delivered a bizarre twist for this finale. Tottenham happens to be playing Everton, a team managed by former West Ham boss David Moyes. Moyes hasn't hidden his allegiances either. He admitted to the press that he would love to keep West Ham in the league, meaning his current squad holds his former club's survival in their hands. The cost of losing this battle is staggering. The moment a club is officially relegated in 2026, they immediately lose access to hundreds of millions of pounds in global broadcast revenue. Without that television money, the accounting no longer works. The relegated club is forced into an immediate fire sale, auctioning off their star players just to balance the books and avoid administration. A single bad season cascades into a severe financial trap. A modern relegation can easily cripple a club's earning power and competitive ability for a decade. Survival Sunday operates as a perfect zero-sum game. There are no partial victories. One team securing their safety explicitly guarantees the other's demise. For the players on the pitch, the stakes are deeply personal. This West Ham squad is fighting to keep their group together and preserve their status in the top flight. On the other side, the Tottenham players are carrying the suffocating pressure of avoiding an institutional disaster their fans will never forget. When Spurs went down in 1977, they managed to bounce back into the first division the very next year. Today, the championship is a financial black hole that frequently traps massive clubs for years on end. The modern Premier League is a ruthless, unforgiving meritocracy. The prestige of your badge, your storied history, and the size of your stadium offer exactly zero protection. When the final whistle blows, the only thing that matters are the points on the board.